Hey, everybody. How are you? Rebecca Zatori here and going live today with you to talk about expect the unexpected and winning the war at being yourself. So we're going to dive right in here. Hope everyone has had a fabulous Valentine's Day. Tell me what you did in the comments. You can see my gorgeous bouquet of flowers back here that smell amazing. Stargazer, lilies, Gerbera daisies, roses, and stock makes for a heavenly smelling office. I've been taking them around the house with me too, so I'll bring them into my bedroom just because they smell so incredible. So anyways, we'll go ahead and dive right in here and just give you a little update as to what in the heck is going on and what we're living through right now in the world at large. So first of all, I want to start off, if you haven't heard this concept before, whatever is happening on the macro is also happening on the micro. So one of the fastest ways that you can figure out what in the heck is going on in your personal life, or even what in the heck is going on out in the world, is to take a situation or a scenario and literally take it like as if it's a template and overlay it in your life. So anything you're seeing out there in the world, the upheaval, the unrest, what's going on in Canada right now with all of the truckers, etc. Take that and look at it through a symbolic lens, and then you can look at what is actually happening in your own life. So when the micro, where are you standing up against something? Where are you reaching for your power to make more decisions about what's going on in your life? So the reason why I wanted to do this live training for you today is, especially as a business owner, and even if you're not a business owner, everyone in the world is feeling the energy of what is happening right now. And the energy of what is happening right now is to literally expect the unexpected. If you think that you're going to plan out your day and it's going to go accordingly, good luck. That's just not the energy we're living in. And if you are, then perhaps you're living in a bubble. So one of the things that you need to do is just to get comfortable with expecting the unexpected. And so if you get into that mindset, then anything that happens that you weren't expecting, then you can say, oh, I was expecting that, because you're expecting the unexpected. So the link here to what we're living through energetically is for you to get back into your power. And so as a business owner, you need to always know out of what foundation you're operating out of. So one of the methodologies that I've learned and teach over the years and connect clients to is called inner bonding. And so if you're operating from your highest self, your highest potential, so winning the war at being yourself is really about you conditioning yourself to operate more and more out of your highest potential. And so if you have what we would call in inner bonding, the wounded self running the show, then that part of you is going to make decisions and it's probably going to sabotage you. So on the surface, it can look a certain way and you can think, you know, I'm not manifesting the results that I want, or I'm not making as many sales as I want, or I don't have enough money coming in my business, whatever it is, fill in the blank of what your number one issue holding you back in your business right now. It's always going to be you. You are always the bottleneck of your business. And I don't care if you are a brand new business owner or you are a multimillionaire business owner and you've got 50 employees. You always have to take a look in the mirror as to why you aren't where you say that you want to be. And a big part of what's happening right now is business owners are unprepared because they're not in tune with the energetics of what's going on a universal level. So the faster you can get in tune with your intuition and also with what is happening on the greater global level of what is happening in the world, you'll be able to navigate in your business much more easily, and you won't be as derailed by some of the riveting things that are going on. So much upheaval has occurred over the past 2 years, as I'm sure you're well aware, unless you're living in a bubble and still watching mainstream media, which isn't telling the truth. So, you know, really tuning into the energy and recognizing that there is a ripple effect to that, and it will ripple effect into your business at large. So going throughout your day, yes, is it going to be great if you have X, Y, and Z planned and everything goes according to plan? Are most days going to be like that? No. Why? Because the reason why we are going through such upheaval right now is so people will return to the truth of their own power. And the more that you return to the truth of your own power and your authentic nature and your divine purpose in the world, then the less things will have the ability to impact you. The highest level of mastery is to recognize that nothing is personal and that anything that's going to trigger you is just pointing you to look at a trauma or an egregious such and such, fill in the blank, that you perceived happened to you when in reality you created it so that you can learn and grow and operate more of your power and stop giving it away to other people and to other entities and things in the world. So right now, what the energy feels like for those of you who have read Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I can remember doing this a long time ago. In 2013, my SUV was going up. I was leaving for a business trip in LA, and it felt like everything was an A task. That is the energy that we're living through right now, where everything feels like an A task, even though it's not actually an A task. So in the book, I'll just give you a little bit of background. In the book, it's like an A task has a deadline and it's critical and it must be done now, and it's with a deadline. A D task, so there's 4 different categories. A D task is going to be something that doesn't have a deadline and it's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen. So for example, I would like to get some new pictures printed from a photo shoot that I just did with my sons. Does it have to get done? No. Is there a deadline attached to it? No. So technically that would fall under the category of a D task. However, you also, as a smart business owner, have to be aware of what is taking up psychological real estate in your head. So what are you preoccupied with? What are the thoughts that you keep gravitating towards when you really need to be focused with determination on the task in front of you? So that's something that I would call it's taking up psychological real estate. It's taking you out of the present moment, and the present moment is always where the power is. So right now, because of what the energies are in the world, and I mean, not just in the world out there, but in your world here, in your body energy system, everything feels like an A task. So it feels like all the text messages, all the emails, all the work tasks, all those things are literally pulling on you now like never before. We've never lived through a time like this before. And these energies are pulling on you to get your attention. But ultimately what it is it's you giving your power away. Instead of you coming back to being centered and focused, it's like, I need to deal with this. I need to deal with that. My kids need something. My business needs something. My employee needs something. My subcontractor needs something. Fill in the blank. And then in the background, you've got these to-do lists that are just piling up, piling up, piling up, piling up, and it feels completely overwhelming. When in reality, you need to get to the root of what is actually going on. The root of what is actually going on is anxiety is coming from you thinking if you don't X, then Y will not happen. So that's where you're going to get the true answers from. So if you feel like everything's an A task, you need to take a step back and take a pause and ask yourself, what am I thinking and believing is going to happen if I don't deal with this right now? 9 times out of a 10, it's going to be an illusion. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a false belief. But right now, there's so much distraction energy that is present. So for you to be able to get focused, it is more difficult now in 2022 than it ever has been. And we're graduating from an information overwhelm era. So there's also an addiction that people have to consuming information, and that is dictating and directing what they're going to do next, instead of going within and getting guidance from whatever you call your guidance. I always say to the God of your understanding, to get guidance on what is it that I'm supposed to do next. And when you have those kinds of physical present anchors in your life, it kind of crowds out the distraction to where you're not thinking, oh gosh, it's 4 o'clock already, and I don't even know where the last hour went. And it was because you have this information addiction because of everything that's going on in the world, and then you're not getting done what you need to get done. So the key question to ask yourself is, what am I believing if I don't do fill in whatever with the task that's calling your attention and taking your power from you, or the person, fill in the blank, the situation, does everything feel like a 911 moment, for example? And then you're going to ask yourself the next question, which is, then X won't happen. So if I don't do Y, then X won't happen, will or won't happen. So fill in the blank. So it's like, if I don't answer this email right now, then I'm having a thought or a belief that I'm going to end up with a bigger catastrophe than I already have. I'm not thinking of any specific examples, but that's probably for a reason, so that you can figure out what your specific example is and write it down. I would highly recommend that you write it down, because until you can get crystal clarity around what's actually happening, what's the root cause, you're going to live at this surface level, and you're going to think the problem is that you're not doing enough, and it's complete and total bullshit. So the purpose of this time, again, expect the unexpected, where it's like, it feels like mad chaos. It feels like mad distraction. It feels like crazy making. It feels like people are flying off the handle. Relationships are being destroyed. There's massive division that's happening in the world at large right now. The whole entire purpose of all of this, if you take a step back, is for you to recognize just how divinely powerful you are. It's to return you to your power. So when you're scrambling and you're feeling chaotic and you're feeling confused or you're feeling derailed, all of these things are designed to keep you out of your power, and you will not manifest the next biggest thing in your business or in your life when you're in that energetic state. So the point is to get out of that energetic state. So what brings you back into your power? I was talking with a client earlier today, and she said lightning, focus, and determination with zero hesitation. And she's a boxer. And so we were using the example of being in the ring. And when you are in the ring, you have to be completely focused. There is no room for error. So if you program your brain right now to say, I'm in the ring, there is no taking a break. This is you winning the war on being the highest and best version of yourself and being in your true full power. There is no room for error. And we also learn from our wounds. So if you're in the ring and you hesitate for a moment, or you don't have that lightning focus and you get punched in the eye, you get a black eye, you're going to learn from the wound. So don't hate the wounds. Don't despise the difficult times. Embrace them for what they are, because they're building character, they're building confidence, they're building resiliency, they're building self-trust. All of these traits are traits that you cannot go to the store and purchase, and they will come in handy, I promise, as you are a business owner running your business, or just in life in general. And they are things that are built upon like a muscle. So the more you have adversity in your life, not that we want to invite in unwelcomed adversity, or that we want more adversity than we already have. But when you're looking out at the world, and you may be looking at your own life and business right now and seeing the challenges that are facing you, instead of wanting them to go away, or wanting to avoid them, or not wanting to deal with them, or wanting to check out from them, I'm encouraging you to embrace them and to expect the unexpected. And when you set your mind to expect the unexpected, and to win the war of being the best version of yourself and taking back your power, then when things that you aren't expecting show up, you can say, hey, I was expecting that. Now that it's here, I can take a step back, look at it, determine whether it's an A, B, C, or a D task. And you can certainly look that information up on your own to be able to make that determination. I gave you the example of the A task and the D task. Then what's going to happen is you're going to become more resilient, you're going to become more focused, and you're going to be able to prioritize the things that are most important to you. But one of the biggest key takeaways that I want to give you today too is that the more you recognize what's going on out there, what you're seeing out there is also going on in your personal life more than likely. And that a bigger part of this time period that we're living through is to recognize we're not just in the physical. You need to have faith more in that which you cannot see, and to recognize the power of your true divine nature. And that anxiety is created out of putting faith into the things that you see and thinking that that's all that there is, that that's all there is this physical reality, instead of putting your faith into and your trust into your divine power to create miracles, and that miracles are already being created on your behalf, and that you are also going to create from the end. So instead of saying, I'm going to book 6 clients, or I'm going to do this, speak in the present moment as if it has already happened, and declare it with conviction, and watch how fast your entire life and world will change. If you want more information about me, I've been in the coaching industry for 12 years, and you can go to my website and get a free money meditation at RebeccaSatori.com/meditation. And I look forward to seeing you next